Welcome, foolish mortals. It is I, Phantom Dan, for another spooktacular toy review. Today, I'm going to show you some of my personal friends. Some of the 999 happy haunts that reside in Walt Disney's Haunted Mansion. So let's take a look at some action figures based on those grim, grinning ghosts. There's no turning back now.
As I'm sure it's no surprise at this point, I am a huge fan of the Disney theme parks. And my favorite attraction at both parks is the classic dark ride known as the Haunted Mansion. So with me being such a huge fan of this ride, it comes to no surprise that I love these action figures that are based on the Haunted Mansion. Now, these figures were made available in Disney theme parks starting around the early 2000s, and the only place you could buy them were at the actual theme parks. Now, the cool thing about these figures is that they're based on actual ghosts seen in the Haunted Mansion attraction. And while several of them were released in this line, I do have a small assortment of them to show you here today. Some of the ghosts include the Mariner, as seen in one of the paintings hanging up within the ride. And then, of course, there's the famous hitchhiking ghosts, some of my absolute favorites. Now, all of the figures have this really cool blue and gray paint job, almost a weathered paint job, and it does a really good job of making them look like the same glowing blue specters that appear within the attraction. Each of them have basic articulation, so you've got some movement just up and down in the legs, the knees, the elbows, the arms, and the wrists and the heads. And they even include some removable accessories, such as their hats. Each of the figures also have a really cool glow-in-the-dark feature that adds even more of a haunted feel to them. Now, one of the absolute best parts of the Haunted Mansion figures are their environment display bases that they all include. Each of these display bases not only provide them a cool little place to stand, but they all feature accessories that are based on actual props seen within the Haunted Mansion dark ride. Some of the things you'll see are the famous Haunted Mansion sign, the velvet ropes, even the plants, and that famous clock that goes all the way to 13. There's even some fun little accessories like this spring-loaded pop-up ghost head and this light-up light. It's an amazing attention to detail that really makes these figures something incredibly special, especially for those hardcore fans of the attraction like myself. These Haunted Mansion figures, as I stated, were only available in the theme parks. They're a little harder to track down these days, but if you can get them, they really do make for some amazing collectibles, especially for fans of the Disney parks and the Haunted Mansion attraction. Until next time.